Did you know that over 33% of US citizens have a 4 year college education? This is more than the US has ever had at any point in history, and it's only going to keep growing as more and more people both graduate and attend college. This is amazing opportunity going to college, getting a 4 year degree, because it allows you to really understand a certain avenue and a certain trade of what you're wanting to do in life. But how do you get to that point? So, how do you know what you want to study for the rest of your life, especially for a young high school student who's just graduated, someone who doesn't have a lot of life experience? How do they get to the point to know exactly what they want to do in their life and what they should be studying? So, for this presentation, we're going to be going over, you know, how to pick a college major. There's a lot of different avenues to get there, a lot of different ways to really understand what you want to do and why you want to do it. And we each have different stories as to how we got to our point. So we're going to be going over exactly what led us to our specific major, as well as showing you how those similar experiences can take you to understand exactly what you want to do with your life. When I first graduated high school, I had a feeling that I wanted to be involved somehow with business. I worked with my dad a lot in high school, mostly helping him with some different bookkeeping duties. And so I worked with his accountant, and it really made me want to be an accounting major. That's not actually what I'm ending up majoring in, but it really pushed me toward that business side and the more financial side. Um, so having those inclinations in high school, when you're younger, of what you like to do or what interests you, can be a good determining factor of where you should end up, because you want to make sure you are enjoying what you do. You don't want to end up in a position where you're stressed, you don't like the work, you hate going to work every day, because that's not what's going to make you happy in life. Even if you are making a lot of money, it can really just derail you emotionally and mentally. So you want to make sure you're looking at exactly what you want to do. And for me, when I was younger, it was business, it was finance, it was accounting. So I knew that there was some sort of avenue for me to go in. Looking at this graph, you can see different job stability for accounting specifically, since that was actually my first major when I started attending UVU. Is something that I was interested in. So here you can see exactly what the job stability looks like and the projected growth of the field. So this graph shows a lot of the things I was looking at when I was looking at an accounting degree. So you can see the median pay is really great. The entry-level education is just a bachelor's degree, so that 4 year degree that we're looking at. The job outlook is growing faster than average. The number of jobs, there's quite a high number of jobs available for it. So it just seemed like a very stable job, and that's something that I looked at when I was looking at my first degree and what I wanted to do. So after taking a few accounting courses, I just realized it might not be for me. I love spreadsheets, but it just wasn't quite the avenue I wanted to go in towards business. I liked working a little bit more with people. My next major that I decided to go with was finance, and finance I actually really did enjoy. It's something that I think is really interesting to really project growth and to look at different financial aspects of a company. So it's something that I really was interested in. But again, it just didn't seem like it fit very well for me specifically. So I took a year off from school. I just worked. I traveled a little bit just to see, maybe there's something else out there for me. There's something that it's not quite, you know, directly related with finance or accounting. So when I came back, I decided to major in business management, uh, with actually a minor in finance. The reason for that is because I love working with people so much. In my current position, I work with a lot of high-end distributors, and I just love being able to make those connections and get their trust and help them with their issues, their problems, and it really makes me feel validated and happy in my current job. So I knew working with people was probably going to be the best direction for me to go in. And the way I look at my business management degree, which I should hopefully be finishing up this year, is it's a good, just general degree to really explore a lot of different avenues in business. I've looked at different applications for different jobs, things that I'd be interested in if I do decide to leave my current job when I graduate, and a lot of them list business management or business related degree as a requirement. So it's similar to a communication degree is how I look at it. You can see that there's a lot of different avenues that you can go with toward a business management degree because it's not quite as specific as, say, an accounting degree or a finance degree, which are both amazing career options, and very happy for anyone who goes toward that. But this one gives me just a little bit more flexibility to look at different jobs, a little more creative jobs that don't just put me right in one specific position with one specific role. So that's why I decided to choose business management. And with this, you can see that there's a lot of learning and a lot of growing that you have to do when you're looking at a major. You can start off thinking, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go. And then over the course of a few years, especially in your late teens when you start going to college, or your early 20s, you can really start to adapt and see that there are things you might not like as much as you thought you did, or things that you like a lot more than you thought you did. And that is the direction that you want to go in. And just making sure you're always keeping that open mind. That's what's really important when you're looking at a degree, and that's what I liked to do. Is I wanted to make sure I wasn't just purely focused on business. I knew that I always had that inclination to go with a business degree, but it wasn't something that I was just headstrong, always wanting to do. I looked at different options in terms of liberal arts colleges, engineering, things like that, that are just a little, or not a little, that are different than business. But ultimately, I just knew, especially now, that business is where I should end up being, and that making the connections with people and working with different businesses, different individuals, is just something that I really enjoy. So making sure that you are always keeping that open mind and you're looking for different opportunities, different avenues for your degree, especially when you're young, because there's so many opportunities and there's so many different degrees that are an option for you at this point.